Good morning, Misfits. How we doing today? Welcome to the Daily Breakdown. It is Fan Mail Friday, my favorite day of the week. I'm your host, Zach Bonfilio, aka the Misfit Patriot. Let's say hi to the LFA family. We got P Year out, Amanda Collins, Kit Kat Mar, Fun Mon, Bad Moon, Lace Myers, Hope, Lori Day, Bob the Comedian. Oh, hope you're funny. All right, let's get to it. All right, it is my favorite day of the week. Usually, we have a wonderful thumbnail, but I'm in poor form today. Okay, I'm gonna explain something to you, and it might sound like I'm being dramatic or overreacting, but I'm not. But let me just break this down. Thumbnail first, and then we'll get into that, and then we're going to be bringing on a guest. So, um, Producer Eli this morning goes, "Are you ready for this one?" So for those of you that don't know, the thumbnails on Fridays, I just give producer Eli just like creative freedom, let's call it. And so apparently I am a rock star, and my fans are trying to give me my mail. And you see on the back wall in their little poster there, we're going to be bringing on Michael I'm going to say his name wrong. Castillero. I think I got that right. And did you drink cheap vodka? No, I'm actually not hungover. Okay, so let me explain why I'm in rare form. I did not drink last night. I'm not hungover or anything. I slept about 2 hours because there is something in my medicine cabinet. And again, you might think I'm going to be like overreacting here, but I'm not. Okay, I'm going to give you this information before I play this quick video, and then we'll be bringing on my guest. Okay, so no news today. We're just gonna we're throwing this show away for a guest, fan mail, and this story. Okay, for the past few days, there's been a weird noise in my bathroom, but I thought it was like some electronics or something like that, right? And I was like, okay, whatever that is. But then I started noticing it was going away every time I would like come in the bathroom, right? Like 100% of the time. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. I was like, so I don't know, maybe there's like a bug or something in here. So I do some investigative work, right? And I'm like, okay, definitely coming out of the medicine cabinet. So I unplug everything in the bathroom to make sure it's not electronic. I open the medicine cabinet. I look in the medicine cabinet. I don't see anything. I don't see a bug, but I got a lot of other stuff in there. And I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just going to throw, just out of an abundance of caution, I sprayed a bunch of Clorox in there. All right. And then I closed the door. And then like 6 hours later, I go back. I'm like, oh, whatever's in there, it's still alive. And it's louder. It's much louder, right? And I'm not joking. When I go in there, it shuts up, but it can't see me. And that's what scares me the most. It can't see me. It just knows. So I'm going to play this video for you. I have now taped the medicine cabinet shut. I dumped a half a can of Clorox in there. I dumped bee spray. I don't know what it is, but it's still alive. It's in there, and it's pissed. And after we're done with this episode, I may decide to just burn this whole place down because I don't know my other options. So here, if you think I'm crazy, listen. This thing sounds like it has a jackhammer, and it is trying to get out so it can stab me in my sleep.
You will be able to audibly hear whatever the fuck that is.
Sorry for the language.
And I shit you not, when I try to come back into this room, I will get to about right here, and I will sneak around the corner, and the fucking thing will stop. It happens 100% of the time, and it's scary as shit. There is something. I've locked a demon in there. I watch.
Wait till you hear this.
Okay. Probably can't hear it yet. If that looks wet, it's just because I sprayed it with bleach again. Can't hear it yet. Wait for it.
This is crazy. All right, wait.
I'm now in my living room.
I'm in my living room. Okay, there it goes. It's starting. And it gets louder. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Okay, you hear that? Do you hear that? I'm making coffee right there. What is that? Turn it up. I can't hear the creature.
Okay.
You, did you?
Oh yeah, of course. Of fucking course it did. It just stopped. How do you know? How does it know? How does it know? It's 100% of the time. I came in here and I was just like sneakily coming in, and I get to right fucking here, and there is a fucking demon in there.
There's no rational. Somebody...
I'm burning the house down. Fucking. Because in order to pull the medicine cabinet off the wall, you got to open it, and we're not doing that.
So that's what I was dealing with last night. Guys, again, it might sound like I'm overreacting, but here's the thing. It's been in there for 3 days, hasn't died, didn't even know it was in there. When I finally figured out it was in there, I sprayed it with a bunch of chemicals and taped it in, so it's contained in there, and it's still not dead. So, luckily, move immediately. um, Luckily, my building actually has an exterminator that comes every Friday, and today's Friday, so I called the office and I was like, send him up here. I'm gonna be a whole ass bitch, and I'm gonna have another grown man take care of whatever the hell that is. I'm not even afraid of bugs. All right, I'm not afraid of bugs. It has nothing to do with that. I don't know if that's a bug. As far as I'm concerned, that's here to kill me. That's an assassin. That's a drone. That's something. There's nothing that explains that. It's literally just every time I come in the. You know what? I shined a light from my bedroom and it shut up too. It is alive. It's alive. I don't know what it is. So it is a sentient being in my medicine cabinet. We are not dealing with that. Okay. All right. So guest should be coming on in about 5 minutes or so. So I'm waiting to see if he's in the back room. He is not yet. We'll get to a little bit of stuff, like a couple of things real quick. So some new information came out finally from the Charlie Kirk hearing, the Tyler Robinson hearing, who murdered Charlie Kirk. We finally got to see what the actual rounds that were in the rifle looked like. Now, I said back in September, I said like a couple of weeks after Charlie was assassinated that I think they're probably soft points, right? And like I reposted it from I think it was the 25th of September. I said they're probably soft points, and that's why there's not an exit wound. All of these crazy people that are like, a 30-06 would blow his head clean off. Everybody knows, like, I'm the gun guy. No, it won't. I've taken out multiple game hunts where I've used 6.5 Creedmoor, 30-06, no exit wound. It just happens. It's weird. There's no way to predict how bullets work. But anyway, this is the round. You can see right here on the tip. It's discolored. That's because it is a soft point. Here's a clearer picture. This is from Phoenix Ammunition. Phoenix Ammunition doesn't like me. I don't know why, right? But they were talking smack about me in the comment section of somebody's post, and I was like, I thought you were cool, but whatever. But he is spot on, so I'm gonna repost his stuff. I don't care if you don't like me. Screw you. You have good information. But anyway, for those of you that don't know, right? See these little tips? These are soft points. Okay, and with a soft point, it's called an expanding jacketed round. It is designed to essentially open up like a parachute the second it hits the target. All right. So, is it necessarily designed not to leave an exit wound? No, but it's much higher likelihood of not leaving an exit wound than, let's say, a full metal jacket. Here is a picture of the actual round that they took out of Charlie Kirk. So this is exactly what a soft point expanded jacketed round would look like if it hit bone, which according to the coroner's report, it did. It hit his spine. It's not weird. It's not weird at all. And while I was saying this back in September, we didn't actually technically know for a fact what kind of round it was until now. So really, this information is, it's confirmation of the assumption that I was making, right? But I'll explain this really quickly. I won't read this whole thing, but it would be extremely rare to pull out a fully intact, unfragmented projectile from a target with no exit wound, especially an expanding jacketed round, right? Expanded jacketing rounds. They're designed to cause maximum internal damage to unobstructed targets, right? The general purpose is for hunting because you're usually using them to try to put an animal down. There's nothing in front of the animal. You're not shooting through anything. So that's what they're designed for. These rounds are designed for specific purposes, okay? They're not designed to penetrate like a full metal jacket, right? Full metal jackets are used in warfare because sometimes your enemy's behind a wall, they're under cover, they're behind a tree. You want the round to be able to go through something and through your target if necessary, unless you're specifically trying not to, right? Which is the third type of round. They're called fragmented rounds. They don't have a jacket. It's a projectile. It's very densely packed metal, so when it hits the target, it actually explodes right away. No jacket, and that's designed to minimize over penetration. So something behind your target that you don't want to shoot by accident. Does that make sense? Everybody following along? All right. So the point is, even if you had all of the ballistics information, even if you had the caliber, weight, type of ammunition, trajectory, conditions, what you're shooting, the target, the anatomy, all of these variables, even if you had all of those variables, you would still never be able to predict whether or not there would be definitively an exit wound before you pull the trigger, right? Because terminal ballistics, if you guys watched the episode with Gary from Paramount Tactical, terminal ballistics are very understudied because there are so many variables. The human body, no two human bodies are the same, so you can't do a one-to-one comparison. It's just the way it works, right? And I know that people have used this 30-06 like would blow his head off, right? Nefariously, like they know it's not true. They're just trying to push their narrative and they're trying to get their confirmation bias. But I think Jeremy Boring said it best. He goes, the reason why they're doing that is because it's actually the most believable conspiracy theory, right? It really is. It's a 30-06 is a high-powered, high-velocity, high-kinetic energy round. So that's the thing. That's the reason why they're doing that. They're doing it so that people go, actually, that does make sense. And that's how you get people to start asking questions and doubt their own reality, because you create an alternative reality. And then you tell them, if anybody tells you you're wrong, they wouldn't do that if it wasn't true. And that's why we're having this brain rot conspiracy theory nonsense that's going around on the internet. All right. The psyops and targeting people, et cetera, that happens in many different forms, right? I think I hear my guest. No, I don't actually. I thought I did. I thought I heard somebody in my ear, but I do not. Let me double check here. My email. Interesting. All right, I'm going to do a quick reply and say, where's the guest? And if I don't hear back, we are dumping. As I was saying, though, what the conspiracy theorists are doing, right? Not the crazy people that believe the conspiracy theories. I'm talking about the podcast, the Ian Carroll, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, right? What they're doing is they're intentionally using conspiracy theory to keep an audience engaged. Okay? There's never an actual proof. There's never an actual definitive way to prove their theory. That's why it's a theory, right? So they get to continuously move the goalposts and keep people engaged, right? So I think that some of them do it very nefariously, and some of them do it like they really truly believe that it's like people like conspiracy theories. But either way, it is a brain rot that has infected our online discourse, and we need to do a better job of calling it out, right? We don't, I said this, I think it was yesterday or the day before. You don't really try to rationalize, reason, or validate. You really just sort of insult, shame, mock, right? Because you have to treat these people the same way you treat the left, right? When they said you need to wear 3 different masks and get 10 different booster shots, right? You, you'd mock them. You wouldn't validate them by saying like, actually, well, I have a different opinion than you, right? You would literally like cutting off kids' body parts, right? You don't say, I see where you're coming from, but, right? That's what people are making the mistake on. When you know something is not true, nobody needs to explain it. Okay? It would be like me saying, I'm going to try to convince you the sky is blue, right? The only thing that would do is that would make you question, is there another option? Do other people think it's not? Why do they think that? I'm going to go find out. Maybe they're right. Have I been lied to this whole time? Is the sky not really blue? This is how conspiracy theorists get their people hooked. This is how they get them to join the little cult. They just ask questions, and then they make them ask questions. And the more questions you ask, the closer you're getting. And any minute now, we're gonna figure it out. And they never do. All right. It's literally like getting them hooked on a drug so that they chase the high. It's intentional, a lot of it. All right. And like I said, some people do it because they might actually kind of really believe what they're saying. But then you have people like Candace. Candace knows she's lying, right? Candace has been debunked more times in the past 6 months than Alex Jones has in his entire career of decades of conspiracy theories, right? Like, she is lying. She's not mistaken. She's not misled. You have Megyn Kelly that is. I love how Megyn Kelly's trying to play. She's trying to play both sides still, and it's like, girl, you have no idea you have no idea how bad of an it is quite literally the worst strategy, because they're gonna hate you for like not going all in. And the other people that kind of like kicked you to the curb because you were defending Candace, they're not taking you back. You have two options. You can go all in with Candace and ride that down, or you can leave the internet because there's no coming back from what she's doing. But I don't know. Actually, I don't even think it was on her page. I think it was a clip. Whatever. I'll paraphrase it. Megan just came out and she said, I think something. She said something along the lines of, I think Candace lost her friend and she's dealing with it in her own way. No, no, that's not what happened. All right, Candace Owens saw an opportunity to grift off of Charlie Kirk's death. She took that opportunity, and then she is now riding it into the dirt. Right? It's the same thing she did with Brigitte Macron, the French president's wife. She knows that Brigitte Macron is not a man. She knows it, right? She knows it. But if she admits it, right? If she were to say that, then that ends it for her audience. She cannot continue after she acknowledges that she's wrong, right? She can ride that into like eternity if she doesn't get sued, but she did get sued. So now what's going to happen is there's going to be a loss. I think there's a hearing for Candace Owens on the 27th of this month. So in a couple of weeks, a little over a couple of weeks. If Candace has filed a motion to dismiss, if it gets denied, then it's going to be set to a trial date. When that gets set to a trial date, the Macrons are going to sue her, and they're going to win. And they're going to win for a lot of money, millions, millions and millions of dollars, right? That will be Candace's first loss. She's being sued by Brian Harpole, who's was either security, I think it was security for Charlie, right? She's going to lose that one too. And then she's going to get sued by Erica Kirk, and she's going to lose that one. But here's the thing. it's not going to matter to her, right? Alex Jones got sued for $1 billion and lost. Has he stopped? No, right? They can't. They can't stop. It's a sickness. It's an addiction. They don't know anything else. It's a cult, in fact, right? It's like, it's very similar to the like trans community. It's very similar, right? Like, you can't tell one of those people that they're not the opposite gender. Like, you can't tell, like, a man pretending to be a woman. You can't tell them that they're a man. They're obviously a man. It's an objective truth. It's a fact. It's not even up for debate. They are a man. This is not like something that you would consider like normal human rational people thinking, like, to be like, okay, let's hear both sides, right? Like, no, that you are a man. Not like you might be, not like you're confused. No, you are. All right, we just dumped the guest because they're almost 10 minutes late, so we'll have to reschedule that. I don't know why they weren't there, but whatever. Let me turn down. I think when I dump out of that, my audio gets messed up. So sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm so tired right now. It's amazing that I'm able to even function. 2 hours of sleep because of that murder bug out there. Anyway, like I was saying, it's a cult. It's like a mind virus. Very similar to the Jew hate cult, the anti-Israel cult. Very similar to the TDS cult. Very similar to the IDS cult. It's like there are these groupthink mass psych. We really need to study this, like, as a society. Like, this. I'm not even joking. This needs to be studied. We need to figure out why groupthink exists, right? Like, where it's like literally just all throwing out all reason and logic, all of it, right? And going, I think this, so because I think this is true, even when it's objectively not, all right? We need to figure out why that happens, because the internet is not going anywhere. It's just going to get worse. We can't get into some, dystopian 1984 style of, well, let's just silence these people. That doesn't work either. We need to do an actual, serious, deep dive look at what is going on so we can figure out how to combat it. Because this is very similar to, like, the beginning of the opioid epidemic. This is exactly what's going on. We are watching something right now in the very early stages that will be incredibly destructive to society, to the people in this country. And we need to figure it out, because I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out how much worse it's going to get. I don't. Right? Like, we literally have these people who are saying, you know what, screw it, let's go. Because we had to dump the guest, let's go and just, let's wing it, okay? We have, yeah, okay. So, where is it? This guy. All right. So, I'm not gonna play the video, but I'm gonna show you the message behind me, right? This guy is saying, after all the evidence is presented, right? After all of the evidence is presented from me, he goes, you're still wrong. Because I said Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk with a soft point. Okay? This is his reply. No, he didn't. He used a PSP round. Okay. What's the SP stand for? Soft point. These people are in a cult. This is the argument I actually had this argument today. So if you think that this is going to get better, no. I said Tyler Robinson used a soft point. This guy says, no, he didn't. And then proceeds to tell me he used a soft point. The difference between SP and PSP is pointed and non-pointed, right? It's rounded and they're both soft points. I never said whether it was pointed or not pointed. They're both soft points. That's why this SP. So we're getting into these, we're wasting time arguing with children about why the moon isn't made of cheese, right? And when you do that, you are not having intellectual conversations, you're not having productive conversations that move you forward. Now, you do need to combat these people. That's why I exist, right? There should be people like Charlie that don't do what I do, and then there should be people like me who, like the enforcers, who just go, I don't care. I will argue with you all day. But we can't have everyone doing that because the general discourse is not going to move forward. These people are dragging us down to the gutter. They are the dumbest human beings on the planet, right? And we have to entertain them. We just can't validate them. Does that make sense? Yes, 5-year-olds needing to be right. Exactly. They are. Yeah. Everyone in the chat gets it. See, you guys get it. I'm not talking to you. Well, I mean, I'm informing you so that you're equipped to deal with them, but I'm not telling you guys anything that you don't necessarily already know. I'm just articulating it in a way where you can sort of create a plan. And I don't even know what the plan is, honestly. I'm right here with you, figuring it out as we go. But something has to be done about this mind virus like contagion, because it's definitely social media related. It's not even a question of it. There's always been conspiracy theorists, there's always been crazy people, there's always been, like there's always been that weird, like group. But they were, I don't want to say contained. They basically were much smaller because they couldn't really, walk up to somebody on the street and be like, "Hey, did you know the Jews did 9/11?" Like that's not how it worked. Now you get a podcast and you get really popular, and then you reach millions of people, and it's like it's like an infection. It's like they're like the virus that was in the Wuhan lab, and somebody's just opened the door to the lab, and then the rest of the world's screwed. And it's not it's not something that like we should take lightly. I mean, we should joke about it a little bit, but at the same time. And also, like this, right? Like I'm dealing with these people. I am dealing with morons, right? And it's my job to do that. I want you guys out there having real conversations while I do this. Let me do this, right? This is Crystal Smolin developing These Are Not the Same Gun. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I just took one look at this and I was like, I already know you're wrong. I was like, either the bolt carrier's out or that gun is flipped over, right? And I didn't even put enough effort into it to actually figure it out. But right here, it's one side of the gun versus the other side of the gun. You can tell because the edge of the box right here is on the scope side, and the edge of the box up here is on the scope side. They took two pictures of the gun, one from both sides. And this crazy lady says they're not the same gun. It's the same gun. This is what's happening. I'm like, guys, this is what's happening. We're having these conversations. It's crazy. And again, you can't ignore it, right? Because that's everybody's first, just ignore them. That no, you don't understand, because human behavior will suggest that I can ignore them, right? But everyone can't. So they are going to be acknowledged. Who acknowledges them is important, right? I'm a pro, you want me doing it. They're going to be ignored no matter what. You cannot stop everybody from ignoring them. I promise you. It is an impossible task. It will never happen. So don't suggest people ignore them, right? Tell them how to engage them. That's the better way. All right. What else do we got? Might as well, because I mean, guys, I was supposed to have a guest and I was waiting for him to show up 10 minutes. I go, I'm not doing that because we got Fan Mail Friday today. We got Fan Mail Friday in 10 minutes. So I didn't want to bring the guest on and have him only do like 15 minutes. So we'll either reschedule him or whatever. But Fan Mail Friday is my favorite day. And even though I am literally falling asleep sitting up right now, we're going to have fun with it. Okay. Ian Carroll, that's a good one to jump to. Okay. Ian Carroll. Ian Carroll is spiraling. Candace Owens is spiraling. They're all they're trying to deflect and hyperfixate on anything other than the multitude of conspiracy theories that have been debunked so far. And now it's I think it's Body Double, and Ian Carroll just keeps on going back to the 30-06 thing, right? We've disproven the 30-06 thing over and over and over again, right? So this is hilarious. So Ian Carroll goes, now that we know the bullets allegedly used to shoot Charlie appear to be brand new Full Metal jackets and that Tyler was not a great shot, we can't wait to blah, blah, blah. They're not Full Metal jackets, as I just explained. We went through the anatomy of a bullet just now. A soft point is designed to expand, slow down, like a parachute opening, right? So what happens when Ian Carroll gets proven wrong here? Anybody want to take a guess? If Ian Carroll acknowledges that he was wrong about it being a Full Metal jacket, because it's not, what do you guys think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to say, you know what, guys, I got it wrong, right? Or do you think he's going to just lie and say that soft points are actually worse? They're more damaging. They leave more exit wounds, even though they don't, right? Well, I think you guessed. I think you guessed right. Yes, he's actually saying that here's a Green Beret explaining why that's just as bad or worse. All right, let's listen to this guy. Valhalla. This guy's a moron, by the way. All right. Look, I don't. Thank you for your service. You're still an idiot. Right. I don't care if you. I don't care if you were a Green Beret. If you're also an idiot. Right. Like, I'm sorry. Like seriously. I mean this 100. Thank you for your service. You're a moron. Okay. Just because you served doesn't mean I don't get to criticize you. That's not how that works. All right.
Just happened to have the exact 30-06 Springfield. They're actually 150 grain rounds at my house.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Wow.
There they are. Now,
Crazy.
looking back at this picture, I actually do think one of these rounds is a soft point round.
What do you
and
mean?
It looks like the other.
Hold on. What do you mean? If you have the exact same rounds, how would one of them, if you have a box of rounds, how would one of them be a soft point?
Ones are FMJ rounds.
Okay, so hold on. So you have a box of Full Metal jacket rounds, and you said one of them's a soft point. You just said you have the exact same rounds as the ones Tyler Robinson used, and then you held up a box and said that there were two different rounds. Which, okay. All right. No. You know what?
I'm looking at it. But just so you guys understand, there's no difference here. And actually,
why do they make two different kinds, dude? Why? There's no difference between soft points and Full Metal jackets. So, but they decided to make two different kinds of rounds, just for funsies. This guy's an idiot. This guy's an absolute idiot.
If they're soft point rounds, this becomes even worse.
Okay, I'm excited to hear how that happens.
Because soft point rounds are specifically designed for killing elk and moose.
What? No, they're not. They make soft points in like low caliber. What the hell are you talking about? This guy doesn't know anything. I haven't heard this clip before. I'm actually reacting in real time. Soft points are not designed. Soft points are designed for hunting, like I just said, right? Like, well, hold on. Let's go back to my. Where is it? I did. Hold on. I got you, boo boo. We'll get back to you in a second. Let's go to me because I know more than you. Soft points are not designed for a specific type of animal. That's ridiculous. They are designed for hunting, essentially. Not necessarily either. Not hunting per se. They're designed for maximum kinetic output inside of a body. Okay. So again, expanding jacketed rounds are designed to cause maximum internal damage to unobstructed targets. The general purpose, not sole purpose, is hunting, because you're usually trying to put down an animal, That's unobstructed. It's open. Open. There's nothing in front of it. So the bullet's not going to hit something else and expand or go. It's not designed to go through. It's designed to expand. That's why it's designed that way. A full metal jacket is like it's fully encased. So if it does hit something, it can go through it and still hit the target. Jeez. Wow. This guy's an idiot. Let's keep going.
Right. You guys want me to actually read you the
Yeah.
description straight from the box?
Is that the full metal jacket box or the soft point box? Because you just said you have two different types.
What these rounds are supposed to do. Here you go. They are designed for deep penetration and controlled expansion up to.
Oh, hold on. Controlled expansion, right? Where would it be expanding? In the body, in the target. That would mean that they're not designed to go through a target.
Twice the diameter, the expansion of the round, which means his head would have been blown off.
No, you're an idiot. No. Again, no. 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 Look. Sorry, trigger warning, but this is a deer I shot in December. Okay? That is the exit wound from a 30-06 power point. Right? That is a soft point that's very sharp tipped. It's basically designed to do the same thing as a power point, but also go through the target. That is the size of a quarter. Maybe less. Like you can see the diameter of that screw on my tailgate. It's maybe a little bigger than a dime. That's what a 30-06 does to a living, breathing thing. Okay? Sure, there is a possibility that you could use a soft point round and hit it at a very, very certain angle at the base of a spine, potentially, and maybe almost decapitate somebody, but no. That's like, this isn't a movie, dude.
Than a typical round, right? Not only that, the height weight retention won't break up or separate for more effective stopping power.
The height weight retention will not. Oh my God. Wow, he's so dumb. The height weight retention. Okay, that's essentially, it's designed to open up and not break apart if it doesn't hit anything, right? That's what that means. If it hits a bone, it will break up because it's not designed to go through. It's designed to open and expand. So essentially what they're saying is in a perfect scenario, in a perfect shot, what you're trying to do is you're trying to hit heart and lungs, which is right through the ribs, very thin. It'll open up like a parachute. It'll cause a lot of kinetic energy and maximum damage. So the animal will be put down ethically. It's like setting off a bomb inside. So it doesn't go through. It doesn't go through, miss a bunch of internal organs, and leave a deer with a hole on both sides of it, living and bleeding out. That's what they're designed for. He's literally saying it's designed for the opposite thing he's saying. The guy's an idiot.
So these rounds are designed to not break up. We also know that Charlie had 5 or 6 fragments because the bullet broke up.
Where is it? No. Where is it? I just had it. There were 2 fragments. I'm sure there were the inner core did have some fragmentation. That happens every time. Let's go back right here. There were two fragments of the jacket, right? This is all the internal cores. That happens every time. 2, not 5 or 6.
And they are also designed to go through a moose.
No, they are not. You're lying. You just added that. They are not designed to go through a moose. You're an idiot. You would probably want, if you're going to shoot a moose, you could use a 30-06. I wouldn't. I'd use I don't know, 300 Win Mag. I'd use something pretty big. I'd use a 300 Win Mag probably for a moose. Big bullet. Much bigger than a 30-06. This guy really is an idiot. He really doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
The soft points. Now, FMG's FMJs are typically not what you're going
FMGs?
to hunt with. You can, but they're still designed. So these are designed to penetrate as far as possible and expand as big as possible to blow the biggest hole possible to make the most damage possible.
Why would somebody design a bullet to blow a hole out of the side of an animal that you're trying to eat? Why would they do that? Why would a why would an ammunition manufacturer, right, or the designer actually create a hunting load that destroys the thing you're trying to eat? Anyone? Oh, they wouldn't. That's right, they wouldn't. They would design a load that would expand and go off inside the body cavity, where you don't eat that meat, right? You don't eat I eat the heart if I can save it. You don't eat the lungs. I eat the liver, but you don't eat the lungs. Very rarely people eat the ribs, right? Especially on like a deer, because it's not like cow ribs. Like deer have tallow, the deer breed, so it's like their fat, you don't want to eat it. It's like candle wax. Nobody would design a load, a round, that would blow up the animal that you're trying to eat. Nobody would do that. It wouldn't happen.
Because you're trying to get through elk, moose, giant animals, right? Also, the way you can tell, and I'm not actually going to show the whole thing.
The weird thing is he's saying this so confidently, and this is exactly the problem with the internet. He's saying it so confidently. He's like, this is it.
Because who knows? But you can see the tips of these, right? The difference is, I don't know if you guys can see, one's round, and it's got, see how the top is all brass, and then the top of that one is lead. Soft points have lead tops.
Yeah.
And they're actually designed to, again, expand and create massive damage as they blow through.
No. All right. I'm not going to repeat myself. Create massive damage without blowing through. Okay, whatever. All right. There's another minute 32 of that. Thank God we need to do Fan Mail Friday, because I think that I would actually maybe have a stroke if I continued to listen to him. Okay. Jeez. People are funny, man. People are funny. All right. If you have never joined on a Friday, this is the best day of the week. We play this little game called Fan Mail Friday, where we go and we read my hate mail, right? We're going to read my hate mail. Oh, why is it scrolling? No, stop scrolling. Hold on. Oh, no cheating. Don't look. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. So we have 5 of my fans, quote fans. Let me get rid of that. 5 of my fans, which are my haters. I get so much hate mail from both sides. I get it from the left. I get it from the right. So the game is pretty simple, right? I'm going to show you the message. I'm going to show you the profile picture. And you, in the chat, are going to guess whether they are woke right or woke left. Whether they are a crazy Groiper or Ian Carroll conspiracy theorist on the right, or whether they're, the purple-haired liberal and cut your kids' nuts off snowflake on the left, right? That's the game. It's super simple, but it's also super fun. So let's get to it. Our first contestant, this is the message. All right. Pedophile, kill yourself, F-A-G-G-O-T, pedophile, F your services to this country. I never served this country. I'm not military. I never said I was. Again, pedophile, anything you did for this country is null and void. The best thing you could have die is effing die over in the desert. That's from Danny DeVito, not the real one. At Danny DeVito 34. Okay, so the game is pretty simple. That's the message. Here's the profile picture. Left or right? Woke left, woke right, WR, WL, RL. Just drop it in the chat. Let's reset the scoreboard from last week. The woke left took it 3-2 last week. Let's see what happens this week. Okay, looks like we got left, 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 woke left. Yep, a lot of people are guessing left. We'll give you a few more seconds, and then we'll show you the clue. Thank you, S. Gomez. I appreciate that. Very informative show, they said. Woke left. All right, so this is overwhelmingly left. Let's see if the chat is right. We are going to now show you the clue. The chat thinks it's a lefty. Let's see. Shadow of Ezra. Reposting Shadow of Ezra. American citizens across the country are physically cutting down flock cameras. Shadow of Ezra, I believe, is a right-wing account. And flock cameras, if you're against them, you're probably on the right. So, chat got that one wrong. It happens. He bamboozled you. Looks like 7 Legion Studios got it right at the last minute. All right. Next up, next contestant, we have Slippin' Jimmy at Jesse Hunter 813. 2 counts of possession of child pornography, huh? You should be publicly lynched if this was a serious country. I do not have 2 counts of possession of child pornography. That's weird. No, it's not. There's people in my chat that already know. There's a fake screenshot of going around about me. So these people just believe it blindly instead of, I don't know, maybe just Googling it. Like, you can Google it. I have no problem. This is why, like, I don't care about the Streisand effect, because there's you can't find the thing that doesn't exist. So, all right. So Slippin' Jimmy apparently thinks I'm a pedophile. That's nice. And looks like he's at Buc-ee's. That's probably him. Yeah. Slippin' Jimmy. He's got a Joe Dierte beard. And a picture of him at Buc-ee's. What do we think, guys? Are we thinking woke left or woke right? In the chat, go. Definitely woke left. Isn't it Shadow of Ezra a controlled op? Maybe. Right, woke left. Leftists always say pedophile. Lots of fictional stories on. I know it's crazy. It doesn't. It bothered me a little bit when it first came out. I'm like, Jesus, that's a crazy accusation. But then I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm already dealing with Candace saying that a beat cult killed Charlie Kirk. I mean, who's really going to believe that? Can anyone just go Google my name? If you can find child pornography on there, then yes, I should be publicly lynched, but it's not true. Jimmy in my Jimmy in my guarded voice. All right, looks like woke right is taking the lead. Let's find out, is Slippin' Jimmy on the right or the left? Slippin' Jimmy. Everyone's going batshit crazy because Trump, oh yeah, Trump train baby. He is a righty. I know these are old, but his whole page was just sports. It was just sports, and I had to go all the way back and find the Trump stuff. So, but nobody on the left was Trump. It's very rare. So we're gonna assume woke right. Okay. Woke right takes it 2-0. Next up, I effed your mum. That's so great. All right, so this one's from High Waters, at High Waters. Apparently, he effed my mom. I hope it was before she passed away, because otherwise, that's weird. I mean, it's kind of weird either way, but that's, yeah. Ew. What's wrong with you people? All right, here's the profile picture. Looks like somebody on a quad. All right. Woke left or woke right? Looks like everybody's jumping in left. Woke right now equals left. Correct. That's the fun part of the game. You're never wrong. It's horseshoe theory. They're all basically the same people at this point. All right. Good morning, pizza. Wow. Maybe he's your dad. Woke left, woke right. Looks like it's pretty even on this one. High Waters, I effed your mum. Necrophiliac. I love mom jokes. Me too. I'm like Pete Davidson. You can't like trigger me with like my dead parents. It's like, it's not gonna work. My parents would have loved that joke. All right. Looks like it's pretty even, but I think woke right might be pulling ahead. Let's find out the clue from High Waters, who apparently effed my mom. All right. Left side of history. Remember a couple weeks ago when we were told white people never randomly stab people on the street? Referring to the guy who stabbed the Muslims. Apparently he has a problem with that. That is a lefty. We have a lefty. All right, 2-1. The blue puts points on the board. All right. We got 2 more. 8 minutes left. Perfect. All right. This one is wild. There was way more messages, but these are I just captured these two because I try to keep it to one screenshot. 3 for 3. Bad Moon is 3 for 3. Bad Moon's good at this game. All right. From Chris Ferguson, right? There was a whole bunch of other messages. It was like, it was like a book, but something, you use October 7th as a justification. Seems like Netanyahu sacrificed his own people, so people who don't do research would use that tragedy to justify a genocide, okay? Anti-Zionism is not to be mistaken for anti-Semitism. The State of Israel's government leaders are desecrating the Jewish religion and betraying the Jewish people, and it's okay to admit that. Yeah, good for you. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're still you still hate Jews. Like, I mean, look, anti-Semitism is not anti-Zionism, but show me an anti-Zionist that doesn't hate Jews, and I'll show you a liar. All right, here's a picture of what's his name? Chris Ferguson. Chris Ferguson, another sports guy. There's so many of these people that are super into sports. I'm starting to wonder if there's something there. I'm starting to wonder if people who like watch a lot of sports are just like weird. Like they're just weird people. All right, woke right, woke right, woke right. Dunning-Kruger for sure, but woke left. Okay, 7 Legion is saying, all right, Bad Moon's going woke right. Let's see if you can go 4 for 4. Oh, he looks like a dork. Right. Trans left. Amanda Collins right. Woke right. Woke right. Okay. What is the clue? What is the clue? From Chris Ferguson, who says anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. It is a woke righty. It's a Massey. It's Massey's Nasties. It's a woke righty. Oh. Bad Moon, you're crushing it. See if you can go 5 for 5. We have one more. The woke right has taken this week. It is a best of 5. But the woke left can still put points on the board, and the collective total at the end of the year, they might be able to take it somehow. All right. Next up, the final contestant on Fan Mail Friday. Travis James. Stay safe, bucko. I will. Don't worry. I will. Good talk. Okay. Profile picture is good talk. Travis James, spelt Jaymz, at TJMZZZ. Right? Woke period. Stay safe. I love it when they do that. They're like, stay safe. I'm like, I definitely am. I'm very, very safe. Except for that murder like bug, whatever is in there in my medicine cabinet. I don't feel safe from that. From you, I feel perfectly fine, right? Like, trust me, when it comes to me versus you in a situation, you lose. I have no idea what's in that cabinet though. So I can't predict what happens with that. All right, left. Looks like everyone's saying left. What did Bad Moon say? Let's find it. 4 for 4. Oh, I'm waiting for Bad Moon. I want to get Bad Moon. I want to get his prediction so he can't say that he went like 5 for 5. We'll see. We're waiting for Bad Moon. A lot of people are saying left. All right, woke left. Bad Moon has decided if Bad Moon goes 5 for 5, he wins the trophy for the week. All right. Right here. And the winner is capitalism is really be killing the vibes. Bad Moon, you did it. 5 for 5. That is a woke lefty. Only woke lefties hate capitalism. Jeez. All right, guys. So, oh man, that was a fun show, man. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna need a nap. I really am. I don't know when the exterminator's coming to deal with that demon in my bathroom, but it's really weird. It's just so weird. It literally can sense my presence. So I'm I'm basically going to be like, I'm just gonna like, clean up the bathroom, clean up my bedroom, try to stay away from it, and then when the exterminator gets here, I'm gonna be like, hey man, so look here, I be like, come here, be like, you go in there and you open that cabinet, and I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be down the hall. I'm gonna be across the street. All right, I'm not. We're not. I don't even want to. You email me. Tell me what happened. Imagine if he opens the freaking cabinet and there's nothing there. There has to be though. You heard it. You heard it. Whatever it is, the sound is smoother by the space. Yes. Guys, like I'm not joking. Like I narrowed it down where it's definitely coming from the cabinet. I unplugged my TV. I unplugged my toilet. Because I have one of those seats. I was like, maybe it's the seat. Maybe the seat's vibrating. Maybe something's vibrating. No. There is a living thing in there or a ghost. I don't know. Something's in there. And it doesn't die when you shoot bleach at it. So, or bee spray, or tape the whole medicine cabinet off and try to suffocate it. There's a demon in there. All right, so I'll let you know what happens on Monday, or you can follow my social media and I will update you. But it's going to be interesting for sure. I got to take Gatsby to the vet today, and then I got to do some chores and clean up, and then I got to do some real work stuff. I got to lock down my next job, so I'm going to be sending out some feelers, buying some ads, etc. Busy weekend for me, very adult weekend. So enjoy yours. Sean Farish is coming up next with Ungoverned. And and I guess we're going to be back for Maha Monday on Monday. So let's do some shout outs. Let's just chill with the chat for the next minute. All right, we got Amanda Collins. Be good. I see what you did there. As far as I'm concerned, that is a genetically modified murder hornet sent to me by Putin because of Candace Owens. That's what I think. That's what I think is going on. All right, Kimberly K, Kit Kat Mar, Bad Moon again. Congratulations, Bumba. We got T Hodges. All right, thanks. See you Monday. Samuel, have a good weekend. Miss Mocha Powered. See you. Have a great weekend. P, you're out. Be safe. You guys, you're so clever. It's very punny. My guess is stag beetle. That actually would make a lot of sense because it sounds like it has like a mini jackhammer in there, or a generator, like a gas powered generator, but bug size. It probably is a beetle actually. Now that I think about it. All right, I feel a lot better now because. All right, well there it is. It's 9 o'clock. All right, enjoy, Sean. I'll see you Monday. Peace.